Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Class 8. Today we are going to start our lesson number 1. Its name is A Shot in the Dark. It's a little bit long story. The main character of the story is Philip Slatherby. He is actually going to Chalkshire, a place where he want to meet Mrs. Saltpen. She is an influential woman of the area, and it was very important for Philip to impress her so that he can win her support. As he is going to be nominated for election, he is going to be elected as the manager of a party. So if he got her favor, his chances of success would be increased and his future would be bright. So he received an invitation from that lady, and he was much happy that he is going to meet her and would spend some days there. And on the journey, during the journey, on the way, he met by chance the son of that lady. He was in need of some money, so he asked him to give him a favor of lending him £3. But during the discussion, he was just not satisfied with the answers that the boy had given him of his some questions. He just asked about the crest of his that he was doubt. Actually, the crest is the logo of a family, and he was not satisfied with the answer that the boy gave him. And he also asked the color of her mother's hair, and the boy did not give the correct answer according to him. So he didn't give him the money, and later on he was thinking that when he would told about that incident and about that his cleverness, the people would appreciate him at the party. But later on, when he reached there, the lawyer of that lady, he met him, and during the discussion, during the casual talking, the man told him about the color of the hair of that lady that she changed few days before, and also about the crest, and he came to know that the boy was not wrong, he was right. So at the moment he was much speechless, quite speechless at the moment. Now we'll start the lesson and we'll see what's going on in the story. Philip Slatherby settled himself down in an almost empty railway carriage with the pleasant feeling of starting off on an agreeable and profitable trip. He was bound for Brill Manor, the country residence of his new acquaintance, Mrs. Saltpen Jago. He is going to meet that lady, and he is traveling by train, and he is quite happy. Honoria Saltpen Jago was a person of some social importance in London and of considerable importance and influence in the country of Chalkshire. The country of Chalkshire was of immediate personal interest to the Philip Slatherby. It was held for the government in the present parliament by a gentleman who didn't intend to seek re-election, and Slatherby was under serious consideration by the party managers as his possible successor. The Saltpen Jago influence was not an item which could be left out of consideration, and Philip Slatherby had been delighted at meeting Honoria at a small and friendly luncheon party, still more gratified when she had asked him down to her country house for the following Friday to Tuesday. He was obviously an approval, and if he could secure the goodwill of his hostess, he might count on the nomination as an assured thing. If he failed to win the favor in her eyes, well, the local leaders would probably cool off in their early enthusiasm for him. So in all that paragraph, he is telling about that lady. She is quite influential lady of that area of Chalkshire, and he is going to be elected as the party manager. And if he got the favor of that lady, it would be quite a success for him. And he was quite happy that she had invited him on a lunch party and also asked him to stay a few days there. And he was now hoping to get the favor of that lady. And if he failed to get the favor of that lady, then the other people who are now enthusiastic about him, they will also cool off in his case. So it was much important for him to win the favor of that lady. Among the passengers dotted about on the platform awaiting their respective trains, Slatherby spotted a club acquaintance and beckoned him up to the carriage window for a chat. When he was settling down in train, there he met a man whom he knew, and he asked him to come near and he just have a talk with him during that time. "Oh, you are staying with Mrs. Saltpen Jago for the weekend, are you? I expect you shall have a good time. She has the reputation of being an excellent hostess. She will be useful to you too, if that parliamentary project." Then his talk is not completed. "Hello, you are off. Goodbye." During that time, the train started and he could not complete his talk, and he was just wishing him good luck that it's good for him that he is going there, and he is also praising that lady that she is quite excellent hostess, and if he get his favor, it will be useful for him in his that project. Slatherby waved goodbye to his friend, pulled up the window, and turned his attention to the magazine laying on his lap. He had scarcely glanced at a couple of pages, however, when a smothered curse caused him to glance hastily at the only other occupant of the carriage. His travelling companion was a young man of about 22, with dark hair, fresh complexion, and the blend of smartness and disarray that is typical of ramblers. He was searching furiously and ineffectually for some elusive or non-existent object. From time to time he dug a sixpenny coin out of the waistcoat pocket and stared at it ruefully, then recommenced the futile searching operation. A cigarette case, matchbox, key, silver pencil case, railway ticket were turned out onto the seat beside him, but none of these articles seemed to afford him satisfaction. He cursed again, rather louder than before. So in all that paragraph, what we are told that Slatherby, he was sitting on his seat in railway carriage, and he was looking on a magazine when suddenly his attention was diverted by a man's voice who was cursing himself or some other object. He was a young boy of 22, his age, and his hair were dark, and his complexion is fair, and he was searching for something. His appearance just like of the person who is a roamer, a wanderer, who just always travel for the pleasure's sake. He was searching for something, and in that search he has just taken out all the things that he have in his pocket, and there is the list of the things that he had in his pocket, a cigarette case and matchbox and all that things. But it appeared that all these things, he was not satisfied with all these things. He was in searching of something else that he didn't find. So he started again to curse himself. The vigorous pantomime did not draw forth any remark from Slatherby, who resumed his scrutiny of the magazine. His that performance of the boy, that aggressive performance of that boy, did not draw the attention of Mr. Slatherby, who again started to review on his magazine. "I say," exclaimed the young voice presently, "didn't I hear you say you were going down to stay with Mrs. Saltpen Jago at Brill Manor?" What a coincidence, my mother. I am coming there on Monday evening, so we shall meet. I am quite stranger. Haven't seen mother for 6 months at least. I was away yachting last time she was in town. I am Bertie, the second son. I say it is an awfully lucky coincidence that I should run across someone who knows my mother I just at this particular moment. I have done an awfully awkward thing. So here the boy, when the man did not pay any attention to the activities of that boy, then he called him by himself. He just told him that I just listen, you were talking with a person and you were telling him that you are going to meet Mrs. Saltpen Jago, and he introduced himself as the son of that lady